So I was about to go inside the mall, but then I saw this sign here. It says affordable housing units, studio, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom for 640,000 Kenyan shillings, which is around like what I say $5,000 or £4,000. But that's, imagine getting a flipping house or apartment for £4,000 or £5,000. Okay, bro, I thought we were gonna fall down. Imagine getting an apartment for like a couple £1,000. That's only possible in Kenya. That's crazy. And you've got to earn between 20,000 to 149,000 Kenyan shillings, which is like a couple hundred, like $100, $200 to like what, $1,000 or so, which is basically, I think that might be a month per month. So for up to $1,000 per month, you can buy an apartment for like $5,000, which is a really good deal. And yeah, so this is their page if you're interested. They're over here advertising their properties, so check it out. We're in Kisumu right now, and this is how it looks. Right off the top of my head, I will say this is not the first time I've been to Kisumu. Kisumu is like, I think maybe the third largest city in Kenya after Mombasa. So it's Nairobi, then Mombasa, then Kisumu. So Kisumu is, quite known. And it's also near where I stay in Uganda, so Ginger, right? So it's very short to drive here. So 5 hours, 4 hours roughly, and then you're here. So Kisumu is, my second home, or I've seen it as my second home. That's why I came here like a couple years ago, but now I'm back, specifically looking at, setting up investments or a business in Kisumu as my second base outside of Uganda. So yeah, welcome to Kisumu. Let's go on a tour, see what it's actually like, and hopefully we can get some ideas from this experience. This is Kisumu. So Kisumu is actually a bigger place than Eldoret, which I was in just a couple hours ago. So I actually drove from Eldoret to here. But Kisumu is, of course, bigger, which means that when it comes to investing in land and rent, things are slightly more expensive than Eldoret. And of course, Nairobi, for example, would be the most expensive place to like buy land or rent, or just buy services in general, because it's the capital city, the biggest population. And Eldoret, when compared with Kisumu, is relatively smaller, so it will be relatively cheaper. But I thought, why not just check out Kisumu anyway? I won't lie, my eyes are currently on Eldoret because it's like a hidden gem. Kisumu is already known, it's common knowledge now. Eldoret only reached city status in 2024, so it's a young city, still kind of growing. So Kisumu, it might be old, but still we're here, so we're gonna have a look around and see what Kisumu has in store for us. So one thing you might notice in Kisumu is that there's a bunch of these tuk-tuk things, and in Uganda we don't have these. I'm not sure why. We have a few of them, but not as many. And in Eldoret, there wasn't, I don't recall seeing this many of these tuk-tuks. But I guess having these more expensive vehicles here is kind of like a sign to show you, hey, there's a bit more money here. At least that's how I interpret it. Whereas places like Uganda or many towns in Uganda tend to have less money, and they don't really have the need to import these three-wheelers. Instead we rely on two-wheelers, these motorbikes like this guy here. Just look at all this traffic, all this build up here. Usually in smaller towns you don't get this, but as you can see, Kisumu is far from a small town. So plenty of activity going on here, plenty of people, lots of cars. So there's money here. There is money to be made here. like I said, Kisumu is far from small. So they got many of these long highway kind of things, these mega expressways where you got multiple lanes. In many roads, in many towns, the main road is often just a single lane or 2 lanes. But here there's about 3 lanes, which is quite telling. It shows that the people here kind of planned for the city to be quite busy. Actually, over there is my favorite mall, United Mall. So that's my favorite mall in Kisumu. It actually reminds me, I wanted to go get some lunch, so I might park up over there. But yeah, this is Kisumu. This is probably like one of the most busy areas, as evidenced by the big lanes and the big roundabout. You can see some construction going on over there, which is a good sign. It shows that people are actively investing in this city, and there's more developments to come, I'm pretty sure. Let me park in over here. United Mall. Right, let's park up over here and get to walking. Right, so I had a bit of a rest because I've been driving for like 3 hours. Now I'm gonna go to the mall and get something to drink, just to freshen up, and then we'll start with the tour. So yeah, this is the United Mall. But one thing I noticed actually is the fact that this building here, where is it? I can't see it. Yeah, this building here, Art Cafe, that wasn't there last time I was here, like a couple months ago. So it shows that this mall, this area is actually getting bigger. More shops are opening, more restaurants are opening, and this is actually a multi-story restaurant. So Art Cafe has like 3 floors to itself, which is interesting. I didn't realize that there was that much demand for a restaurant. But hey, it is what it is. But this is United Mall. I think it's the biggest mall in Kisumu, and it's my favorite mall. So yeah, let's get started. So I was about to go inside the mall, then I saw this sign here. It says affordable housing units, studio, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom for 640,000 Kenyan shillings, which is around like what I say $5,000 or 4,000 pounds. But that's, you know, imagine getting a flipping house or apartment for 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. Okay, I thought we were gonna fall down. Imagine getting an apartment for like a couple £1,000. You know, that's only possible in Kenya. That's crazy. Yeah, so I talked to the guy about this affordable housing program. Long story short, the prices are real, but you have to be Kenyan to be able to get it. But it's fine because you can be a Kenyan in the diaspora, like if you're in the UK or US. If you're a Kenyan, you can buy it. But this is also a government program for affordable housing. So it's like affiliated with the government. So I don't think it's like a private investor who's doing these things. But still, you know, it's a good deal. You can get the house, you can rent it out, you can make some, you know, money from these things. But yeah, ultimately, that's one opportunity I found straight away in Kisumu. Check it out if you're interested. Boom. Cool. So I've been walking around the mall, and there's not really much to see inside the mall. Honestly, I'm still kind of dazed at the whole idea of like the affordable housing project where you could buy a house for like $5,000. But yeah, that was the only surprising thing I've seen so far today. But besides that, you know, this is a typical mall. It's got a bunch of shops. You know, they clearly make money because I've been here for a couple. I've been in and out of Kisumu for a couple of years now, and these shops have been here for a while. So yeah, there's definitely money in this mall. So if you have like a shop idea, you might want to come look around, see if there's any gaps, and then set up your own shop, because there's definitely a lot of traffic, foot traffic here, as you can see. The car park is packed. But yeah, let's go around Kisumu. I think I'm tired of this mall now, so let's go around Kisumu, see what that's like. Okay, so I'm going to tuk-tuk, and now we're going to be going around Kisumu. I thought it'd be easier than using a car, just because I'll be getting out a lot, and I can't park everywhere. So here I am. Let's see what we can find in Kisumu. Okay, it's a market.
Market.
All right. So people will set up their shops here and they sell clothes and stuff like that. Saloon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is a good place for like informal markets. There's even coaches there for travel businesses. Electronic shops, clothes shops, hair shops, skincare shops. So you've got all the kind of shops that you need. Looking at this area, it seems like rent would be quite cheap because it looks quite informal over here. Even though like they've got quite expensive stock, like the electronic speakers there. You got kids' toys and equipment. You got footballs and stuff. So rent looks cheap here, whereas the stuff they're selling looks like it makes money. So that's a good arbitrage opportunity. Your costs are low, but your income is probably high. This is a fish place.
Fresh fish market.
Fresh fish. Okay.
Fresh fish market.
Okay, interesting. Wow, so they sell fresh fish here.
When you go inside, then you come back.
Yeah. So this is a fish market. I mean, it smells like fish. So it's as I expected. But yeah, this is a fish market. So if you're into fishing, also note that Kisumu is a fish city because it's right next to Lake Victoria. So people tend to catch fish and then sell it over here or in any other place in Kisumu. So if you're into the fish business, this is the place to be.
There.
Fried fish.
Yeah, fried fish. They start frying fish down here.
Okay. Wow. So they sell fried fish. Wow, okay. Interesting. So the first place we were at, that was fresh fish. And this place is cooked fish or smoked fish or fried fish. So this is a form of value addition, which is a very good opportunity, adding value to like rural products and stuff. I think she's the boss. She's working. Wow. It's a very good enterprise. A very good enterprise. It's empowering the community. Well, women in employment. It seems quite like a good story. Lots of women in employment. Must be really good for the local community as well. That's the fried fish there. Oh, it's very hot. So this is called Maasai Market. This is good spot for selling stuff for tourists. So the Maasai people have shops here, and they sell a bunch of bracelets, clothes, jewelry, for probably really good margins as well, because this is touristy stuff. But the shops as well, like the ones before, they don't seem to be super expensive to rent because they're very minimal, very bare bones, very simple. So I can imagine that's quite cheap to get a place here. But they've got a lot of stock, and I can guarantee you that they're making good money from that stock. Because tourists, you know, I'm a tourist to some extent. I pay good money for those kind of things. And check out those fabrics as well. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, so we're back on the motorway now. So we've got more businesses here. So we're on like one of the main roads. So this is Roadside. These are roadside shops. So we've got butchers, beauty products, more butchers, and a phone accessory store over there. So a lot of foot traffic over here. I'm not sure how much they pay for rent. It's probably a bit more expensive than the other places we've been to, because this is like the main road, and these structures look a bit more expensive to make, so it's probably more expensive, but they get more foot traffic, so probably more money anyway. This is what?
There is a lodge.
Oh, okay.
There is a lodge. Somalians.
Somalians and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Business place for Somaliland people.
Okay, wow. So apparently this street is for Somalian business people. A lot of the same kind of stuff being sold: electronics, luggage, clothes, shoes, and there's a lot of them actually. So one would think that there wouldn't really be much money to be made here, but from what I understand from these businesses is that they do actually make good money. How much exactly? Obviously, I'd have to like look into it, but from what I see, business is booming. Business is booming. From what I see. Okay, so this is an electronics shop, and you've got a tuk-tuk that's delivering electronics for the shop, right? So this tuk-tuk that I'm in right now can carry people, but can also carry packages and stuff, which is pretty cool. So that's another business idea. So buying one of these and using this as your, maybe you can use it for logistics, to transport people or to transport products. Very versatile. So you got loads of electronics shops, loads and loads of electronics. Wow. And one thing I know is that electronics businesses tend to make good money, from what I've heard. We're approaching CBD, and bear in mind it actually is a Sunday, so it's not going to be as busy as it usually would be. But regardless, we still got a fair amount of cars on the road, a fair amount of cars parked up on the streets. If you look at that street, you can see a bunch of cars. So for a Sunday, at like what, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. right now, this is fairly busy. But yeah, this is CBD, Sunday, so a lot of shops are closed, but still, you got, you know, supermarkets, salons, banks, shoe shops, a book distributor apparently. You got Samsung, I think they sell, or maybe they're resellers for Samsung or something. Electronic shops, a bunch of electronic shops over here, and yeah, this is basically what you'd expect in a central business district. Yeah, so it's not too bad for a Sunday. Chicken and pizza in restaurants. Yeah. We've got a mall over there as well. So yeah, this is not too bad for a Sunday. And also, one thing I noticed again is a similar setup to Eldoret, where we have the first floor, which is shops, and the second floor is offices or residential. But this place doesn't seem to have many residential buildings. It seems to just be mainly just first floor shops, and like there's not many multi-story buildings on this particular street. Not sure why, but yeah. So this building is this one has like multi-stories. And this is a guest house. There we go. So that's a guest house. So residential, and then at the bottom we got shops. So again, similar kind of setup. So here we got a hotel. So I think this whole building is a hotel. Yeah, that's a hotel. So we've got some residential over there. In the back over there, we've got more shops at the bottom and offices at the top. So again, this pattern of shops at the bottom, either offices or residential at the top, is common through many, many cities in at least Uganda, Kenya, and maybe even like the whole of Africa. So that's, you know, if you're into real estate, that's a tried and tested technique. Shops at the bottom, and then offices or residential on the next floors. Yeah, once again, this is a Sunday, so it's not going to be as busy as it would be. Most shops are closed as well, so hence why there's not many people or much traffic. That's a restaurant over there. So this is a car dealership, but I don't see any cars though. Actually, I think there's one behind there. Okay, I see a few cars. But yeah, car dealerships, again, everyone needs cars. If you got money, why not start a car dealership? And this road here is more for like people who are like building houses and offices and buildings. So you got like furniture, you got paints, you got materials like cement, all kinds of other construction materials. So this road is for that. You got glass, you go buy windows. But again, because it's Sunday, there's hardly any traffic on this road, and most shops are closed.
These ones are hardware.
Hardware.
Hardware warehousing.
Yeah.
Steel, cardboard, cement, nails, sheet, roofing sheet, and they're all closed.
Yeah. It's because they're closed because it's Sunday, right?
Yes, because of the Sunday.
Yeah.
They don't open. But
Yeah.
just hardware. From
Yeah.
that side to that
Hardware.
side.
Yeah. Okay.
Hindu people. Hindu from Indians. They
Indian.
own these shops.
Oh, so Indians own all these
Yeah.
shops. Wow, yeah. You know, the Indians are very good at business.
They are here.
Okay, so people bring their cars, their trucks, their tuk-tuks here for repair. Like these are here for mechanical work. Okay, so this is like a garage kind of area. So this kind of business would require skilled tradespeople. So if you can find people who know how to fix cars, fix trucks, you know, repair things, then you're in business. I think that's the hard part about this kind of business, finding skilled tradespeople. But once you do, there's always demand. Cars break down all the time. Rural market. This is like a informal market where they sell stuff like clothes and whatnot. I'm not sure what this project is, but it looks interesting. This looks like some prime land for some nice residential projects, like whether it's a villa, hotel, like a housing project or something like that. That looks like a nice area. Again, I repeat as many times, but the idea of first floor shops, next floor is residential, because this is a guest house, is just everywhere. So this again, first floor is shops. You can see there's a hardware shop down there, and what looks like a convenience shop, and on top it looks like those are residential units. Same thing over there. I see a hardware store, Nil Deep Hardware Limited, and the thing on top, it doesn't say it, but it does look like that probably is a guest house. So yeah, sorry to sound like a broken record, but that idea of, you know, first floor shops and then next floor either offices or residential is so common. I just want to reiterate it, because you can't go wrong with that, clearly. Another car dealership with Suzuki, Toyota and Volkswagen. So this part looks like it's good for residential. You've got apartments over there, and you've got a hotel over here. You've got a church there, and you've got another apartment over here. So yeah, and now we're back to shops on the bottom, and hotel or guest house at the top. And a lot of these aren't even complete, so this was not complete. They only got the shops and an incomplete top. So yeah, so it shows that the area is still growing. It still has a lot of growth to do, which is actually a very good thing. Yeah, you might want to set up a. You might want to think about setting up a hotel in Kisumu. I'm seeing that there's a lot of hotels here. And apartments too. So here's a mall. So Kisumu has a few malls here, which is very promising. If you're looking at doing something in distribution, so you can supply stock to the shops in these malls. But yeah, distribution is another business idea. Okay, cool. Boom. So that's the tuk-tuk ride done. So shout out to my driver. Bernard took me around Kisumu to the key places where like there's business and commercial activity going on. But bear in mind it is Sunday, so a lot of places were closed. But I hope this video gave you an idea as to just how like Kisumu looks in terms of like the roads, like the basic locations. If you want to set up a garage, for example, there's a specific area in Kisumu for garages. If you want to sell construction materials, paint, furniture for houses and stuff, or offices, there's a specific place for that as well in Kisumu. So there's organization here, right? But ultimately, the key lesson here is that Kisumu is open for business. Kisumu is growing. It's not every day in Nairobi. There's more to Kenya than Nairobi and Mombasa. So come on down to Kisumu and invest in Africa. So I'm gonna end it here because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today. It's like 5 p.m. I'm starving. I wanted to get this video done before I ate. I've now finished the video. Invest in Africa, more blessings, more life. Let's go, boom. So this is Kisumu on a Monday. Yesterday we were here on a Sunday, so it was a lot less busy. But today's Monday, so you can see a lot of the shops are open now. And there's more people on the streets, more traffic, buses, we've got the whole 9 yards. So I thought it'd be good to just show you what it looks like on a Monday. And now I'm going on to Main Street of the CBD. There we go. So this is now an animated version of what we saw yesterday, where all the shops were closed. Here, a lot more shops are open. There's people over there queuing up at the shop, people on the sidewalks, people in the shops. This is Kisumu. This is CBD Kisumu. This is what they call downtown. And we're open for business because it's Monday. Yeah, so this is like a commercial area, so a lot of the shops will have, a lot of the buildings here will be shops mainly, just non-stop shops, and we might have the occasional guest house up top, like over here, Mona Lisa guest house. So that pattern that we've repeated millions of times. Shops at the bottom, and either offices or residential properties or rentals at the top floors. Yeah, so this is Kisumu. So we're now leaving the town area and we're going to the sea. So I think, yeah, you've pretty much seen what Kisumu looks like on a Monday. This is like what? Monday morning, 11:30 a.m. Yeah. More shops. More shops, so yeah, a lot of them are all open now. Cars are parked. Border guys are waiting for customers. everything's moving. Yeah, I wonder how much a building would cost here though. I wonder how much it would cost to buy land on this street. You definitely have tenants. Every building I'm seeing is occupied. Maybe except that one. It says to let there. To let. So there's one building left. There's one office that I've seen that is free. So if you want an office, there's one down here. I'm not sure what the name is, but it's the road with this petrol station, National Oil, and the lake right there. So just go down there, you're gonna find a office space that's open and ready to let tenants move in. Yeah, this is it. This is it. We're now back to the industrial area, the area where we focus on, you know, machines for construction, painting materials, concrete, cement, and all that kind of stuff. So not much to see here. So I want to end it here. Hope you enjoyed it, and invest in Africa. More blessings, more life.